Hello, and welcome to This Old Nerd. I'm contributing nerd Rob Borgesi. Good to see you all again. Today I'm going to be talking about how to hack your Wii. Now, why would you hack your Wii? Well, there's many reasons. First of all, you can put emulators on a hacked Wii. Second of all, you can play your games from a USB drive backup so you don't have to use the discs each time. And third, because it's kind of fun to unleash the power of the Wii without having to worry about the confines Nintendo gave us. So we're going to go through it step by step, and I'm going to show you the website you need to use and some of the different items you need to buy or have on hand to make this work. So let's get started. Now let's talk about what you're going to need in order to hack your Wii. First of all, you're going to need a computer. Second of all, you're going to need a Wii. Third of all, you're going to need an external drive to play the games from. You're going to need an SD card to go into the Wii. And if you have the most recent system menu on your Wii, you're going to need a video game in order to perform the hack. And for our purposes, we're going to be using Star Wars: The Complete Saga, the Lego version. All right? So get all that together and we'll get started. Here we're on the main page. There's usually an SD card symbol right here in the newer system menus, but we don't have one here. We're going to click on Wii, then we're going to click on Wii Settings. We're going to go to the top right corner. You see which version you have. The version here is 3.4. It's one of the older versions. The newest version is 4.3. You need to know this version in order to go to the website and see which software and hardware you need to hack your Wii. Now this is the website that contains all the information you will need to hack your Wii. Now, this is a before you begin page. It talks about what you're going to need, what you can do. We kind of already talked about that, but feel free to take a look at it and it'll kind of help you out. Now I want you to click on the basics. Now this is going to tell us how to begin hacking our Wii. Now to do this, you first need to know what system menu you have, and I showed you how to do that. Now if you have a system menu below 4.2, you're going to have to download the Banner Bomb for below 4.2. If you have system menu 4.2, you download Banner Bomb 4.2. Now, for both systems, you will need the Hack Me installer. Now, if you have the newest system menu, 4.3, it's a whole different technique, which we'll go over a little later. Let's go through this step first, and then we'll go through the 4.3 technique. Now, if you scroll down, you see the instructions. You're going to download the Hack Me installer from this website here, open it in the folder, and you will see the boot.elf, which you're going to put on an SD card. Next, you're going to go to the Banner Bomb site. Ignore all the crap that's there. If you got the 4.2 system menu, you're going to download this file here. If you have the 4.1 or less system, you're going to download this file here, and then extract all the contents of that zip file to the SD card. Next, we're going to go through step by step what happens when we do this on the Wii and use this SD card. Okay, so here we have the system menu. For older systems, you're going to click on Wii. For newer systems, you're going to click on the SD card icon, which will be right here. So we're going to click on Wii, Data Management, Channels, SD card. It's going to say this. We're going to hit yes. So this is your Banner Bomb. This is the Hack Me thing we installed before. It's going to take a minute, but once it loads, it's going to say press 1 to continue, so we'll just wait for that. Press 1. Says now this is the test results, making sure your system can install things. It says yes, you can install the Homebrew channel and boot me. First, we're going to install the Homebrew channel. Success, all done. Next, we're going to go to boot me. And first, we're going to prepare the SD card. Continue. Okay. Next, we're going to install boot me as iOS. Continue. Continue. Success. And then install boot me as boot 2. Continue. Continue. And that is it. We're going to return to the main menu and exit. Now, If you have System Menu 4.3, you're not only going to need an SD card, you're also going to need one of the games listed here. For our purposes, we're going to use LEGO Star Wars The Original Saga. Now, for this exploit, you're going to need to go down to the left here and pick the Return of the Jedi exploit. Go here, and it's going to tell you need to do similar to what we had to do with just the SD card. You're going to have to put the boot.elf file onto the SD card, and you're going to have to download the Return of the Jedi exploit and put it in the private folder just like Banner Bomb does with the other method. Now, once you've done this, you're going to go and play the game, and we're going to show you that now. You need to play the game at least once, finish the first level, so you get it to save. Now, once it's saved, you go back in, you go into Options, you're going to go into Data Management, Save Data, Wii Save Data, and you're going to select the LEGO Star Wars, and you're going to erase it. Yes. So it'll erase that. Okay, next you're going to go into the SD card. And you have three choices here for the Return of the Jedi, which is the actual hack. USA, Japan, Europe. We're going to choose USA because I'm in USA. You're going to copy it to the Wii system memory. Yes. It's going to do that. Okay. It has been copied. Now we're all set there. Here we are in the Star Wars game. We've already played the game once, erased the save game, and added the Return of the Jedi hack to our Wii. So we're going to load game. We're going to select game 1, 0%. Should be the only one on there. Confirm the load. Yes. Now the load will be successful. Say OK. We're going to go into the game. Okay. This is actually pretty cool, this hack. All you have to do is go over to the right into the Bacta tanks and select the Return of Jedi. Selecting that starts the hack and gets it on there, and we get to the same place we were before where we can install the Hack Me, Boot Me, and the Homebrew channel. So it's the same thing, same steps from here. Once the number 1 comes up, we will do that.
This Old Nerd is brought to you by, could be brought to you by you actually. If you go over to This Old Nerd site, thisoldnerd.com, go to the right side, see sponsored this show, you can do that. Click that button, put in your ad copy, hit the buy button, and boom, we'll be promoting something you'd like. It could be a message to somebody you'd like to get across. It could even be your awesome podcast. Maybe your show is terrific and you want people to know about it. Let us know, because we'll hook you up.
Now, after installing the Boot Me, when you turn on your Wii, you're going to get this picture. Now, to navigate here, you cannot use your controller because the controller hasn't been installed on the system at this point. The controller won't work anytime you have this screen up because it hasn't loaded the operating system that the controller needs. So in order to navigate here, you switch between each of the icons with the power button, and you select an icon with the reset button. Now, right now, what we want to do is we actually want to make a backup of the operating system you have on your Wii, just in case it ever bricks and you need to reinstall everything. So we're going to go to the settings. So here you go, power to the settings, and then you hit reset, and it brings us here. Now, the green arrow shows us making a backup of the system. The red arrow is if we need to restore a system. So no matter what happens, as long as Boot Me is on here, you can restore your system if it gets bricks. So go to the green arrow and press the reset button, and now it will slowly make a backup. This will take like 20-25 minutes, but it's worth it. Just in case anything bad ever happens, we can go back to baseline. So I suggest you do this. Okay, so now we have the Homebrew channel working on the Wii. Now we can actually download applications that we can use to play games from a hard drive and play games from emulators or anything else. So, first thing we need is the Truncher bug. I want you to click on the Truncher bug and download the files it talks about. What you're going to do is download this iOS 236 installer, and you're going to extract the contents of the zip file onto your SD card into an apps folder, APPS. If one's not there, make it. Next, you're going to need to go down on the left-hand side and download these two CIOSs. If you click on both of them, they both have links to the CIOS installers that you're going to need, and we're going to take those and also extract them to the SD card. One little note with the Hermes, I want you to download version 4 because I found it works out a little bit better than version 5. It's not a big deal if you want to do version 5, you just follow the directions. Another note, it has directions for offline downloads because these installers are going to make your Wii download a file if you're connected to Wi-Fi. If you're not connected to Wi-Fi, you need to follow these offline directions. If you are connected to Wi-Fi, you're going to do exactly what you see me do. One last thing I want you to download before we go back to the Wii is the actual program that's going to allow us to play games from a backup drive. We're going to go under backup launchers, you're going to select USB loaders. And the USB loader we're going to use is USB Loader GX. The only thing you have to download here is the Easy Installer from the website. You run the Easy Installer and it automatically installs the loader onto your SD card, so it'll be good to go when we get back to the system. Okay, so here we are on the first Boot Me page. You negotiate this with the power and reset button, just like I said. You flip between things with the power button and you select with the reset. Now we're going to just select the Wii with the reset button so we can open up as normal. And this is going to bring up the same thing it always did. We haven't changed anything. The only difference is now the Homebrew channel is a selection. I'm going to select the Homebrew channel, hit start. Okay, and this is going to bring up our main Homebrew page. Now remember those different things I had you unzip into the apps folder? They're all right here. These are all the installers and the USB loader that you need. Now, first we're going to start with the iOS 236 installer. Load this. Now select 1 to start. It'll patch the iOS and it wants to install iOS 236. Now, very important, from here you need to select download iOS from NUS if you're connected to the internet. If you're using the other method, follow the instructions on the website. But for our purposes, we're going to download the iOS from NUS. So it's looking for it and loading it now. Okay, it's already downloaded it, so now we're going to start the install. Okay, we're complete. Press any button and it'll exit. That should bring us back to the Homebrew channel. Next, we're going to go with the R17 installer. Hit load. Dig the music, don't you? I do. Now, when selecting the iOS version, you have a couple of choices, 30, 26. We're going to choose 236. You could also choose, as it says on the website, 249. It doesn't really matter. Now, we want to do a network installation, not a WAD installation, so make sure to select network and hit A. Okay, press any button, and it's not actually going to restart the Wii, it's going to send us right back to the Homebrew channel. And now we're going to select the CIOS 222 installer. I asked you to get version 4. You can get version 5 and follow directions for that online, but I'm going to show you version 4. So use it at your own risk. Select the iOS, select 249, it's kind of the default. You can also select 236, but leave it on 249. Hit A to continue. Okay, let's start with 202 right at the top. And the 202 you're going to install with iOS 38 merged with iOS 60. Now it's going to download and install. Sorry, this one doesn't have any cool music. Silence. Okay, installation's complete. So now it'll take us back to the menu. There was still 2 more things we need to install from that same installer, so we need to load it again. Okay, 249. Okay, now we're going to install the iOS 222, and this we're going to install with the iOS 38 merged with the iOS 37. Okay, that one's done. Now we're going to go back to the Homebrew main menu again and select it one last time. Everything's the same. Select 249. Now custom iOS 223, and this one you're going to use iOS 38. Do the same thing, download, install, and then we'll be done with all these CIOSs. Now, the hard drive you hook up to the Wii needs to be formatted specially for the Wii system, so it needs a WBFS partition on it. Now, to make this, you're going to need a program called WBFS Manager. This is the website where you can download it, or you can just go into Google and type in WBFS, and it's the first choice. So you're going to download this. This is going to allow you to not just put games onto the drive from your computer if you have an ISO of a game. It's also going to allow you to actually format drives in the WBFS format as you need it in order for the Wii to recognize it. Now this is the WBFS Manager program I had you download. This is going to allow you to put games onto the hard drive, take games off of the hard drive, and also format a blank hard drive. Now if you want to format the hard drive, you select the drive letter from the list and hit format. It'll take like 10 seconds, but make sure you select the right drive because it will format any drive on your computer. Now once you have the drive all formatted and you have games loaded from when you hooked it to the Wii, you're going to come in here and select the drive which is there. So ours, I believe, is drive I, and you're going to hit load. And now we're going to see all the games that I have on this drive. Now, if I wanted to add more games that I had on the hard drive, I just hit browse and pull an ISO from my hard drive, and that would add it here. You can also clone drives here, take these games and extract them as ISOs, like I said, so you can put them on a different drive or whatever you want. But this is going to be your main file management system for that drive. Okay, so now we have all the CIOSs, we have our hard drive connected and formatted like I showed you, and we're going to select USB Loader GX and load. Who's excited? I'm excited. So this drive I have connected here already has games loaded on it. Here are the games that I have loaded, and the way you load them is you just put a game in while you're in this system and it'll ask you if you want to install it and you hit yes, and then you're never going to need that disk again. Now I suggest right away change the view to a cover flow view. It'd be like this. Now there's no images here, right? You're going to select, press number 1, and you're going to download things. Now we're going to get 3D covers. Let's just get the 3D covers. How's that? Found missing images. Now it's going to go online and actually download the disk covers they can find. This will take a minute or two, but it's worth it. Trust me. You'll like the way it looks. Okay. And now you'll see we have the covers for all these games I have. So these are all the discs I have, and I put them in there one at a time and downloaded. Now, one more thing. I want you to go to the settings. This is from practice with this system, knowing what the settings need to be. Just listen to me when I say this. You need to change the loader settings. You need to go to boot standard and standard 249. You need to change it to hit clear and change it to 222 and hit OK. So with the iOS 222, I found that Game Hero USB ports actually work. With the 249, you can play almost any game, but if there's any kind of USB that you're plugging in, like an EA Active or any kind of Rock Band or pretty much anything with a peripheral that plugs into the USB, it'll only work if this is 222. So leave it at 222. If you have a game that doesn't seem to load correctly, you can try some of the other ones we installed, 223, 249, 236. Just try different things, but I found that the 222 seems to work for the most things. Okay. There's a bunch of settings here you can play with, themes, updates, whatever you want to do. Not a big deal. But let me go back and just show you, let's select, let's say we select Star Wars. This pops up. You can also change the settings here, but you want to play, you just click it. And this is going to bring us into, hopefully, your regular menu. Here you go. Just like any game. Doesn't seem to load any faster than when you have the disc in, but it does work, trust me. And it's nice not to have to go grab another disc because I'm lazy. Yep, there you go. The game is playing. We are successful. So let's talk a little bit about the partner acceptance rating. Now, if your partner plays the Wii, I think the partner acceptance rating is going to be high as long as you have everything working seamlessly. If they can turn on the system, get into the Homebrew channel, open the USB loader, and see the picture of the game they want to play and just click on it, and it starts, everything should be fine. So you now have a hacked Nintendo Wii that can play games from a backup drive, that can play any emulator or application that was made to be used with the Homebrew channel. It's pretty much unleashed the possibilities of what you can do with your Nintendo Wii. It's a good idea to hack your Wii at this point because a new Nintendo Wii system is coming out in 2012 and it keeps this old system from becoming obsolete. So go online, follow instructions for any of the things you want to put on the hacked Nintendo Wii and pretty much have fun with it. So this is Rob Borgesi for This Old Nerd saying, how's your tech life?